Hi, good morning, friends. We are back again with another topic. Of course, we are dealing mainly with credit. Credit means loan. How to take credit from different agencies, from the bank, from the other cooperative societies, or from private money lenders, and so on. So, yesterday we said when we take credit, we have to give collateral, that is, some security. So we need to make sure that the lesser collateral is easy for us. If we give a lot of collateral to the people and by chance we are unable to give back the loan, then all that collateral will be lost. All that security, maybe our land property or house paper, all these things will be lost. Therefore, we need to be very, very careful when we take loan. We should not put our future into danger. We have to make sure that we are going for the best, safest way in order to take the loan, because our future life is more important than the loan. We should not put our life into risk. So take your textbook page number 46. Variety of credit arrangements. What are the credit arrangements? Different credit arrangements available. For example, take a village, the case of a village. How can we take loan in that village situation? Let's see a story or an example. So two people, Rohit and Ranjan, two boys, one is Rohit, another one is Ranjan. They had finished reading about the terms of credit in a class. So they were studying in the class and they were studying the same lesson. They understood about the terms of credit. What are the terms when we take credit or loan? They were eager to know the various credit arrangements that existed in their area. So they wanted to know whether all these credit facilities are available or not in their village as well, in their area. Who were the people who provided credit? Who were the borrowers? What were the terms of credit? They decided to talk to some people in their village and read what they record. So these children, they learned a lot about the loan and the credit in the class, and they wanted to know whether these things are available or not in their own village, how it is practiced. For example, they wanted to find out who are the people taking loan always, who are the people giving loan, then what are the terms or conditions for taking the loan, and they wanted to find out all these things. So they go and interview some people in their village and try to find out the real situation that is existing, that is happening in their village. So in 15th November 2006, what happened? Let us see. We head directly for the fields where most farmers and laborers would be working at this time of day. So first thing is that they want to meet farmers and talk. And if you want to meet farmers, where we have to go? You have to go to the field, because early morning they leave their home and go to the field, and evening, late evening only they will be coming back. So if you want to meet farmers, best thing is to go to the place where they are working, and that's what these boys are exactly doing. They are planning to go to the field where the farmers are working, and the fields are planted with potato crops. We first meet Syamal, a small farmer in Sonpur, a small irrigated village. So at this time the farmers were cultivating potato, and they caught one farmer. His name is Shamal, and they are asking Shamal about how he got loan, what are the conditions, all that. So Shamal is saying, Shamal tells us that every season he needs loan for cultivation on his 1.5 acres of land. So Samuel is a small farmer and he needs loan every year, because the land that he has got is very small, just 1.5 acres, and that is very little. and for him there is no much saving. Therefore, at the beginning of cultivation, he has to take a loan from somebody every year. And till a few years back, he would borrow money from the village money lender at an interest rate of 5% per month. That is, it will come 60% per annum. So he has been taking loan from a money lender from the village, and what he has to do is he has to give 5% per month. The money that he gives, he has to pay 5% interest every month. So if you calculate that in a year 12 months are there, so 12 into 5, it will become 60. So 60% is the interest. That is more than half. So if you borrow 1000 rupees, at the end of the year he has to give back 1600 rupees. 600 rupees extra he has to give as an interest. So you can imagine the interest is very high. More than half of the amount will come as an interest. And for the last few years, Shamal has been borrowing from an agriculture trader in the village at an interest rate of 3% per month. So for the last few months, he got someone else who is ready to give loan for 3%. Another person was giving for 5%. This person is ready to give for 3%. And at the beginning of the cropping season, the trader supplies the farm inputs in credit, which is to be repaid when the crops are ready for harvest. So these traders, what do? They will give money in advance, or they will give potato seeds in the fertilizers. All that is required they will give in advance, with the condition that after the harvest they should repay back the money with interest. That is the agreement. And besides the interest charged on the loan, the trader also makes the farmers promise to sell the crops to him. So they make one more agreement. They say that you have to repay the loan, and also you have to sell your products to us, to me alone. So one who is giving the loan, he will buy all the products from the farmers. That is another agreement. This way the trader can ensure that the money is repaid promptly. Also, since the crop prices are low after the harvest, the trader is able to make a profit from buying the crop at a low price from the farmers and then selling it later when the price has risen. So another advantage for this loan giver is, or the lender is, he will make the farmers agree that all the farmers who are taking loan from him, they'll sell their product only to him. Suppose they are cultivating potato now, they will sell all the potato to this trader alone. So at the time of harvest, plenty of potatoes are available, therefore the price will be low. So when the potato is becoming less and less, then the price will increase. So more things are available, then price will be cheaper. So this trader will buy potato at a lower rate, and after the harvest the price is low, he'll buy that one and he will go and keep in his godown. He'll preserve it, and after some time the potato season is over. That time he will take out his potato from the storeroom and he will sell in the market, and he will get more price, extra price. That way he is saving, he is earning more money. And that is the one situation or one example from the farmer called Shyamlal is telling. Then let us see how these children are meeting another farmer. What are the experiences of another farmer, and his name is Arun. And he is supervising the work of one laborer. So he is a supervisor and he has got one laborer. So Arun has 7 acres of land, and he is one of the few persons in Sonpur to receive bank loan for cultivation. So this man, Arun, he he is taking loan not from private people, but he is taking from bank. So he is only one of the few persons. Very few people are taking loan from the bank, and this Arun is one of them. So the interest rate on the loan is 8.5% per annum. So that is the difference. When we take loan from the bank, the interest rate is very low. See the example, Syamlal, when he was taking from a private money lender, his interest rate was 60% per annum, 60. And here the bank is only 8.5. So very less than 10%. So much a difference is there. So people who take loan from the bank, they will be able to save a lot. Otherwise, we have to pay a huge amount as a interest. And can be repaid any time in the next 3 years. And the bank gives more time. If you take from money lender, we have to return back soon after the harvest is over or at the end of the 1 year. But bank is giving 3 years time. We can repay the money in 3 years. That means if 1 year crop fail also, he can wait for next year for a better crop and give back the loan. And Arun plans to repay the loan after the harvest by selling part of the crops. So he is not selling all the crops. By selling part of the crop, he will be able to get enough money to repay the loan, because the interest rate in the bank is low. Therefore, he is at peace. He knows how much to sell and how much money he will get, and so on. The rest he will be able to use for helping your family to meet the needs of other family members, and so on. Then he then intends to store the rest of the potatoes in the cold storage and apply for a fresh loan from the bank against the cold storage receipt. So he will sell part of the crops and give that money to the bank. Then he will keep the rest of the potato in the cold storage. That means to preserve it, not to get spoiled. To preserve it, he will keep it, and when the price becomes high, he will sell it. So for that, he will apply for a fresh loan again from the bank to help him to pay the cold storage fees. And the bank offers this facility to farmers who have taken crop loan from them. So since he has already taken loan from the bank to cultivate potato, so the bank will help that farmer again to pay money to pay the cold storage fee. So that is the example of a farmer who is well organized, well planned how to do his work, and so on. So he knows how to get loan from the bank, and with that he is able to improve his financial conditions. The loan does not become a burden on him, but he is able to manage very well. Now let us see about another farmer. Another one is Rama. Rama is working in a neighboring field. So he is not working in his own field, but he is working in a neighboring field. And she works as an agricultural laborer. She is working in others' field. And there are several months in the year when Rama has no work and needs credit to meet the daily expenses. So we know the farm cultivation is only for during the monsoon season, maybe, where there is no irrigation, and for 5 months time only there is work in the field, and the rest of the days or months there is no work. So this lady, she is depending on the work in others field, and when there is no work in their field, she has no means to survive. So in order to meet her daily expenses and the family needs, what she has to do is she has to take loan from others in order to meet her daily expenses. That is a very pathetic, pity situation, that even to manage daily affairs they have to take loan from others, and you do not know how they will be able to repay that loan. Then expenses on sudden illness or functions of the family are also made through loans. So suppose somebody is getting sick in the family, they have to go to hospital for medical treatment, and that also they need to take loan because there is no income, or when there is some festival at home, maybe marriage or other things. For that also they need to take loan from others. So the family is completely dependent on others, and Rama has to depend on her employer, a medium landowner in Sonpur, for credit. The landowner charges an interest rate of 5% per month. So she is working for a person called, his employer is, and he will be charging her 5% per month interest. So we know earlier also we said about the Shyamlal. He is also taking money from a private money lender and pays 6% per month. That means annually at the end of the year it will come 60%. So this poor lady, she has no income at all, and she is also forced to take money from her employer or her the landowner, and he is also charging her the 60% per annum. And Rama repays the money by working for the landowner. Most of the time Rama has to take fresh loan before the previous loan has been repaid. So she will not be able to repay the loan, but she will promise, or and she has to pay back by working in his farm. So she goes on working, and we know there are only few days of work available in a year. And by working those few days, she is not able to pay back the entire amount. Therefore, she takes loan again for meeting her expenses, and the amount of loan is going on increasing day by day. And so, what happens to her? Her whole life becomes debtor in debt, and she owes the landowner 5,000. And though the landowner does not treat her well, she continues to work for him since she can get loans from him when in need. So this man is not treating Rama very well. He is trying to take advantage of her. But she has no other option, because whenever she needs money, she can go only to him. There is no one else who can give a loan to her. And therefore she accepts all that humiliations, all that ill treatment, and going on working with him, because she has she has no other source of receiving money. Therefore she goes on to him, continues to go to him for taking loan. And Rama tells us that the only source of credit for the landless people in Sonpur are the landowner or the employers. So, like this lady Rama, we find there are so many other people in the village who has no land of their own. They go on work on the others' field, and for them, when they need money for their needs, the only source is that they can go to their employers, or they can go to the landowner in order to get this money for meeting their needs. Otherwise there is no other option, there is no other source is available. That is what these children found out. So they interviewed three people, and they found three experiences from three people. And among these three, the only one, Arun, who is able to take loan from the bank, he is able to do better. All others are really struggling. All others are really struggling with their loan because they have no other option. They go on adjusting that way, but their life is never improving. They are always struggling. That is what happened to them. And let us see that there are other sources of loan. Apart from this, there are also other sources of taking loan. That is called cooperatives. Let us see your textbook page number 47. The cooperatives. How to take loan from the cooperatives. So besides bank, the other major source of cheap credit in rural areas are the cooperative societies, or they are also known as cooperatives. So a society is formed by the members of that region, and they are able to raise fund and from that fund give loan to its own members. So members of a cooperative pool their resources for cooperation in certain areas. So that's what I said. All the members they contribute some amount to the fund, and the fund becomes big, and that fund is used for giving loan to the needy people in their own members. And there are several types of cooperatives possible, such as farmers cooperatives, weavers cooperatives, industrial workers cooperatives, etc. So different groups of people can form different type of societies and call themselves cooperatives. For example, people who are weaving, they can form one society, or people who are farming, they can form one society, or people who are doing some other work. So depending on what work they are doing, so people of that area or people of that region or people who are working in that same industry, they can form an organization with the intention of helping one another. Then let's see how they are working. So Krishna cooperative functions in a village not very far away from Sonpur. So again we come to this Sonpur village, and there is a cooperative called Krishna Cooperative Societies. It has got 2,300 farmers as members. So 2,300 farmers have joined together, become members of this cooperative society. And what do they do? With these deposits as collateral, the cooperative has obtained a large loan from the bank. So all these members, they registered because they are a registered society, and in the name of that society they go and take a big loan, a huge amount of loan from the bank. So taking advantage of the bank loan, that is interest is very low, so they take a loan from the bank, and these funds are used to provide loans to members. So people who are members of this organization who are in need of money, what do? They take loan from the society. So there is already a big amount received. So these members, they use that common fund which they receive from the bank and give to the needy members, so that they don't need to go for searching other sources of this credit. They can get it from their own organization. That's a very big advantage of or relief to this farming member, to the members. And once these loans are repaid, another round of lending can take place. So once the farmers take loan from this cooperative society, when they give back, repay it, afterwards if they want loan, they can take again. So the money is there, and that members will use it. When they, after the harvest, they'll repay back. Then for the next harvest again they will take. That way they have less tension, less worries, no much worry about their land being sold or interest going very high, and so such a kind of problems are not there. So Kishak Cooperatives provides loans for purchase of agriculture implements, loans for cultivation and agricultural trade, fishery loans, loans for construction of houses, and for a variety of other expenses. So people who are members of this Krishak Cooperative Society, they can buy loan for maybe for buying agricultural tools, or for buying other seeds, or for agricultural expenses, or maybe for fishery, those who want to grow fish, or loans for construction of houses, and also for variety of other expenses. So it is a very good opportunity for the farmers that they are able to get these things in their own society itself. They don't have to worry much about the loan, the formalities, the credit systems, all that, or the terms, conditions, all these things. They will not give them much attention. They are made to relax and take the loan and repay in time and take next loan again. So without much worry, tension, they will be able to lead their life. So that is the variety of credit arrangements. So we saw 4 credit arrangements. One is from private money lender, another one is from the bank, another one is from the employer, another one is from the cooperative. So 4 means are there to obtain loan, and the best one among them is take from the bank, and the second one is from the cooperatives. So for farmers and illiterate people, the best one is to take loan from the cooperatives. That is, they have to become part of the society and receive loan from that society. There also the interest will be less, and it will be less formalities. If you want to go to bank and take, a lot of formalities are there, and ignorant people or illiterate people, they'll find difficult to meet all the demands of the bank. They'll be unable to correspond with or understand the bank's terms and conditions and so on. So for farmers, the loan from the cooperatives is the best. They will be able to take it easily and do their needs or meet their needs with the loan that is coming from there without much tension or worries, and they will be successful in their work. So we shall wind up for today. In the next class, we shall see again about different sectors from where we can obtain this credit. There is formal sector and informal sector. What we have studied today will be coming again and again. So we shall see in the next class. Until then, bye.